Hello, everybody. How are we? Welcome along to WD18, the Watford fan channel. I've just got back from Vicarage Road. It's finished Watford 1, Bristol City 0. Ryan Andrews with a beautiful strike, giving Watford all 3 points. I haven't done one of these match reactions for a while. It's normally Sam doing it. At this moment in time, he's about to jump out of a plane in Australia. So if you want to check that out, you can follow him on his socials at Sam_Yuko. Just going to give my thoughts, my feelings, just my opinions on Watford's win this evening at Vicarage Road in the 7:45 kickoff. It was a pretty flat performance overall. Not a stellar Watford performance by any means. One that I have to say, going into half time, I was pretty frustrated with because I didn't feel that Watford played anywhere near the levels they're capable of playing at. Second half, Tom Cleverley made a substitution. Then he brought on Sissoko for Quadro Bar, who really wasn't in the game. Actually, when you look at the front three weren't really in the game tonight across Chakvedadze, Vacuum Bio and Bar and Chakvedadze particularly, two of the really poor performances I've seen from them in a Watford shirt. Bio wasn't particularly in it either. Tom Cleverley made that change at half-time by bringing Sissoko on to shore up the midfield, I guess, alongside Imran Loser. Loser's performance actually improved considerably, I thought, when Sissoko was next to him. I don't know whether there's anything in that. But I thought Watford's performance needed a bit of injection of quality. It needed a spark. And Ryan Andrews gave that with that absolute peach of a strike just before the hour mark. Bent in. I think I saw him when he hit it, because I was right behind it in the upper Graham Taylor stand. He had a little peek to his right-hand side to see if the ball was going to come back in, because it came back in late. But one thing about Ryan, we know the ability he's got and the ball striking ability he's got. Sometimes I look at him and think he's a winger because of the positions he gets himself into and the way he can strike a ball. And it's an absolute peach, as I say, past the Bristol City goalkeeper. And it just lifted everybody, didn't it? The players on the pitch, but also the fans in the stand. It was quite a flat atmosphere, really, at Vicarage Road tonight. It was pretty cold. We turned out, and Watford's players didn't really give us anything to really latch onto in terms of a performance, but that was one bit of quality that we needed at that point in the game. Prior to that, when you think about sort of the first half, I've got to say Dan Bachman made a big save in the first half and a big save in the second half, if you remember, just down to his right-hand side to tip it round. Bristol City also hit the bar. I have to admit, I think Bristol City were probably slightly frustrated that they didn't capitalise on their control in the first half. Watford didn't really have many opportunities, bar a couple of chances down the left-hand side through Festi Ebesele, who got a ball across the box, and it was asking for someone to arrive late, and no one did. But Bristol City in that first half were the better team, despite the XG not really reflecting that. As I said, second half, Cleverley made a change. Watford then just grew into it, I think, after the goal, and it was just a case of getting the job done and getting the job done by any means. I thought particularly star performers today, Daniel Batman deserves his flowers, because I know he's been a man who splits opinion within the Watford fan base, but two big saves today at 0-0, which can definitely change the course of the game. I thought I wasn't a massive fan of, and I know why he did it cleverly, of tinkering with the back three, because it was a little bit different to the Plymouth game. Porteous still played, Pollock still played, but Pollock played as the left centre-back in the first half, and I prefer Matty Pollock in the centre of the three. And I think when Sierralta went off, Pollock's level went up again, I thought, and Porteous and Pollock were rock solid at the back tonight. I thought Sierralta was, I have to say though, just my gut felt that he was a lucky boy not to get a second yellow. I think the fact that Cleverley pulled him for James Morris to take him off probably suggests that he thought he was slightly lucky not to get a second yellow. The Bristol City fans weren't happy either. That was one key moment. Another key moment was Bristol City hitting the bar from Scott Twine. I mean, Batman was rooted. A moment that you look back on in the game, I think that does change the complexion of the last 15 minutes or so, and Bristol City then have the momentum and can go on and maybe get a winner. So that again, when you're not playing your best, you do need a little bit of luck, and we did get that at that point of the game as well. But look, I think overall, it was just a case of getting the job done. QPR up next. And also, I think when you put it in the context of the manner of the draw on Friday night, that felt like a sucker punch, didn't it? I know Watford played pretty well. They were the better team at home park against Plymouth. But the fact it was Andre Gray, the fact it was two from him, the fact it was a last-minute winner, away from home where we've really struggled to get a bit of form, it did feel like a dagger in the heart for a lot of Watford fans, just the manner in which we dropped 2 points on Friday night. And the fact that we've reacted and got a win, and it moves us up to 5th in the table. It's just a nice reminder of the job Tom Cleverley's doing, because I genuinely believe there's not much more he can get from these group of players at this moment in time. Sure, the performance could have been better tonight. Look, when we've seen Watford teams get promoted in the Premier League, there's nights where you get the job done and you don't play particularly well. And I think it falls into that category tonight. But the job he's doing, Tom Cleverley, in getting the maximum out of these players is remarkable. And I genuinely believe we're a couple of signings away from giving the playoffs a really good push. I know we're fifth at the moment, but you look at the last three now: win against Oxford before the international break, draw against Plymouth, win against Bristol City. Now can we follow it up against QPR? Because, again, and one of the biggest issues has been the away form, but also not following up wins and good performances with another win. Now, we followed up a good performance on Friday night with a win tonight, but maybe not the best performance, but the win's the most important thing. Can we then convert Saturday into a good performance and a win? That's the task for this Watford team. Now, I think Cleverley will probably tinker with it. I think he tinkered with it tonight. I know he's been a man when we've got a 3-game week. He likes to just mix it up, keep it fresh in positions, which sometimes I do feel can be at our detriment. I look at the back line today. I know Ebosele came in at left wing back. I thought he looked good in the first half. Looked a little bit leggy maybe in the second half. Then you had Morris, who played Friday night. He came on. So, and Pollock's moving about and Sierralta, etc. So my point is that he's changing. I think it was 3 changes tonight, wasn't it? Sierralta came back in. Kiembe dropped into a midfield 2, who I didn't think looked particularly good, I have to say, when you go through the team and standout performers. But my point is, it wouldn't surprise me if Cleverley does tinker it come Saturday and maybe Morris comes back into the back line. Whether you look at the midfield 2, I think Sissoko will probably start. You know, Duomo probably has a shout to maybe be involved as well. Look, slightly concerned by the performance of the front 3. Granted, someone like Chatford, he's going to have an off day because he's been producing levels of performances that have been at a really high level. Slightly concerned by Barr at this moment in time. I do think he's not hitting maybe the level we saw. The impact probably is the best word that we saw at the start of the season. Is it a case of just dropping him to the bench and bringing him on to get a little bit of form back? That might be slightly hasty from me, but he hasn't maybe been as impactful as he has been recently. And yeah, look, I think one man I wanted to mention, I said Backman getting his flowers, Porteous and Pollock. Great ball from Porteous, by the way, down the line to Pollock in the second half. I don't know if you guys saw that great bit of movement. Imran Louza, I mean, first half, again, he was playing a lot backwards, a lot sideways. I don't know whether it was Sissoko coming on, but his Watford performance tonight changed, I thought, when he came on the pitch. He was a lot more positive, or what Cleverley said to him at halftime, a lot more positive, getting his head up, looking to play forwards. Felt in the first half we were playing a little bit too safe. There wasn't a lot of movement off the ball up front, granted, but the 2 midfielders weren't really working in Kiembe and Louza, I thought. And the balance didn't seem quite there. And a lot of the times they weren't really checking their shoulder. They were playing back to goal. And it just put us under a little bit of unnecessary pressure, meant that we had to play quite deep. But overall, look, I thought Bristol City if any Bristol City fans are watching this, I thought Bristol City looked good. I think they probably deserve to go into the break. They shaded the first half and probably deserved to go in ahead. And we got a little bit lucky in moments, and we had 2 big saves, as I say. They hit the bar. Could Sierralta have been sent off? We never know. But Watford got the job done. As I say, we're up to 5th now, 17 games played, 29 points on the table. QPR next on Saturday. Let us know your thoughts and feelings going into that one in the comment section below. And then you look at the run of games over the Christmas period. So QPR ending this 3-game block week. Cardiff away, Hull away. 2 massive tests for Watford, particularly away from home with the way we've been playing. You probably make Cardiff favourites in that one with the way they've been playing under former head coach Omar Reza. Hull, I'd back us hopefully to go there and get a result. And then it's Carlos Corberán's West Brom and Burnley. And then next thing you know, you're at Boxing Day against Portsmouth. So big period. I think it's a must win on Saturday, or maybe is it? Yeah, I think it is a must win on Saturday with the way QPR have been playing this season. With all due respect, they're bottom of the table with our home records. We keep that home record going as well. Still unbeaten at Vicarage Road this season, which cannot be sniffed at. And when you look at the stat for this season, Watford are now the only team in England's top 4 tiers to be unbeaten at home since Tom Cleverley took over in March. And I thought that was going to be the kiss of death for tonight. It didn't turn out to be. Hopefully it won't be for Saturday against QPR. Let me know if I missed anything on tonight's performance. As I said, not a stellar Watford performance. We got the job done, which is the most important thing. Buzzing for Ryan Andrews, another goal for him. It just shows how much of an asset he is. And also my dad said a really nice point to me that, you know, I know Morris didn't come through the ages, but he joined the Watford Academy late after being released from Southampton. Ryan Andrews on the pitch at the end. It's really nice to see two guys who are playing a lot of football for Watford have come through the Watford youth system. And proud moment tonight once again, seeing Ryan get a goal in front of the Rookery. Big moment. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on what you thought of the game tonight. Leave a like on the video if you agree with anything I'd say, or if you just enjoyed the video. Even if you didn't, subscribe to WD18. Comment down below your thoughts on it, as I said. And if you're listening on audio, drop us a 5-star review. It does really go a long way. And we will be back on Saturday. We're doing a post-match pint in the Mad Squirrel. Come and join us. It should be good crack. And we will see you then. Take care and up the orders. You odds.